Hello everyone. This week I decided to explore some of the lesser known maps here on DayZ. As you know, there are tons of community servers containing quite a few different maps, but some of them get played way more than others, and therefore some of these maps don't get shared as much as maybe they should. So in this series, I'm inviting you to come along with me and give some of these maps some love. The first one we will be trying out is Valning. This is a PvP or PvE server with boosted loot, but this video is not so much about the server as it is about the map. I will try to keep that in mind as we go along, but the developers for the server deserve a little love as well, I suppose. Especially if the server is well put together. This looks like a good spot to start. It's close to a military base where we can gear up quickly. Spawning in, I had to get my bearings. So I took a quick look around to find out what was near me. You can't be too careful when you first spawn into an area. You just don't know who's going to be there waiting for you. I couldn't tell a whole lot from this vantage point. So I organized my things and off I went into the unknown. What's this? A graphics card? I sure hope it's worth something. It took no time at all for me to start making friends. But with that said, I needed to get a different melee weapon if I wanted to preserve my knife. I'm sure glad I found one. Now it was time to show it off. My first in-game quest was to make it to the trader, so off we go. Along the way, I upgraded my backpack. And my navigating capabilities. And found myself a decent helmet. But I got super lucky when I was able to upgrade my weapon. And as fate would have it, I had a few attachments for it as well. While I was packing a mag for my new lifeline, I stumbled upon another new toy for me to share with any of my new would-be friends. So I got my things together and headed out into this new land, full of wonder and excitement. Eager to try out my new toy, I found the nearest shooting range and did a little target practicing. After a bit at the range, I went shopping for a new melee. I was lucky enough to find a sledgehammer. This would come in handy when I decided to build a base. Now, I'm no outlaw, but unfortunately for me, I had a little misunderstanding with the local constable. After I got things sorted with him, he provided me with an alternative for my current sidearm. I was again fortunate to already have a mag for it. Who says being a hoarder is entirely a bad thing? Nearby, I ran into my first survivor. Not entirely sure if I was correct, I pulled out my scope. Wrong one. But by this time, I already knew it was a survivor. When I found him, he was polite but didn't have a whole lot to talk about. So, I let him go do his own thing and went on to do mine. No sense in wasting each other's time with unnecessary pleasantries. Along my journey, I found my first suppressor. Attaching it to the MP5 I had gotten from the constable earlier, I continued my adventure towards the trader. In a nearby town, I met some new people. We visited with one another for a brief moment, but after a bit, I really did need to get going. So I gave them some parting gifts and off I went, back into the unknown wilderness in search of the trader base. I was able to upgrade my pack again. This is really going to help with the whole hoarder thing. I finally made it to the trader. I decided to price a car so I could see this map a little more efficiently. But according to the dealer, only known and respected members of the local community were able to buy his merchandise. I needed to have a certain amount of reputation in order to do business with him. And as you can see, I didn't. So instead, I made my way into the trader and sold off everything that wasn't important to me. I didn't make out too terribly. In fact, I almost doubled my starting amount. So I did a little more shopping and got myself some fancy new threads. But even with my new fancy clothes, I still didn't have enough respect to buy a car. And there is only one way to get that. So I went out into the local community to try and garner some support. I think it went pretty well, but I will need to put in a little extra effort because I am still a foreigner here. Join me next time when I get a car and fully explore this fun and friendly environment. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to come on more adventures with me. Also, check out my other videos for some different adventures. And as always, thanks for watching and I hope you had a great time exploring this new map with me. Good day.